we are live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Tough loss. This felt like a game that Lakers were in the thick of it for the most part, right? And then kind of just wasn't, right? They kind of made that last little push, and then it just got away from them there. Look, I mean, talk about the best team in the league. They're on an 8-game win streak. They've beaten everybody for a reason, right? The best three-point shooting team lights up the Lakers. Go figure, right? The best three-point shooting team in the league lights up the Lakers. That's usually how it goes. They have the best shooting percentage by like a mile, right? They're shooting 41% total. And it's just, it's frustrating. Anthony Davis just got absolutely bodied this game. Jarrett Jackson, or not Jarrett Jackson. Why am I blanking on his name? He got bodied, is the point. Jared Allen, there we go. That's what I was thinking of. Jared Allen, he did. He just outworked him, out-hustled him, right? 27 points, 14 rebounds, 3 offensive. Evan Mobley, same thing. Both of these guys, Anthony Davis. On the surface, Anthony Davis didn't play terrible. You look at it and you're like, oh, he had a solid game. But if you watch that game, he just got bodied the entire time. Constantly getting backdoored, constantly getting out hustled, constantly getting outworked. Again, it's frustrating. Well, what do you do? Austin Reaves was excellent this game offensively. It continues to be aggressive. Dude, if LeBron James got the foul calls that like Austin Reaves got, LeBron James would probably average 50. LeBron got 2 free throws the whole game, and all he did was just go downhill and attack aggressively the entire game. Austin Reaves got 13 free throws, but he had 35 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, near triple-double steal. Turnovers, though, 4 turnovers. He cleaned it up, particularly in that second half. Second quarter on, really. But they also kind of like stopped pressuring him the way that they did to start the game. I still think we need a point guard. Let Austin Reaves be the 2 guard so he can continue to be aggressive the way he's doing. He can still go get you the assists. He's still going to have the ball in his hands. I just think you need somebody that can initiate and, kind of run your offense, right? Somebody that can come in and, help take care of the basketball a little better, handle ball pressure. I still worry about that. But outside of that, Austin Reaves, he was fantastic this game. 11 of 20 from the floor, 1 of 4 from 3, not ideal, but again, was being aggressive, hunting, making plays for others. Like I said, him as like your secondary playmaker is really good for this team. Rui Hachimura. So, seen a lot of people lately talk about, why would you trade Rui? Why would you trade Rui? Why trade Rui? Dorian Finney-Smith, that doesn't mean you trade Rui. This game is a prime example of why you trade Rui Hachimura, right? I like Rui. Again, I like Rui. He's not a 3. He's out of position, and he's never going to be in the position. And Dorian Finney-Smith this game, and I'm going to touch on him here in a moment, and then we'll talk about everything else. Dorian Finney-Smith this game was everything we wanted. Obviously, he didn't hit the threes yet, and he did look a little uncomfortable out there, but it's his first game, right? Like he didn't know where to be slotted. There's times where he's like on the wrong side of the court, right? He didn't get to actually like practice and stuff, so it's understandable. But he was active, disrupting passing lanes, created turnovers. He had like 3 deflections that led to Laker turnovers. He's constantly attacking the rim on shots that are going up, right? The only other guy that really does that well and has the foot speed to get back is Jared Vanderbilt, right? His ability. Dorian Finney-Smith was everywhere. He had our best plus minus. Every time the Lakers were down and put Dorian Finney-Smith in, immediately the Lakers got back into the game. And I don't think that was a coincidence, right? I don't think that was a coincidence. Also, I would have closed with Dorian Finney-Smith. And I understand shooting the 3 ball and, it's his first game, so you don't want to. But he was just so impactful out there. He really was. He was everywhere, right? Just the aggression, the energy, all over the floor, switching, defending multiple positions. There was a stretch where he was defending Donovan Mitchell and then like switched on Evan Mobley and like held his own. Evan Mobley kicked it out. He goes and closes out, which caused the guy had to throw it over the top, which led to a turnover. Like those are the things, those dirty work things, the things that don't show up in the box score. Because unless you watch the game, you wouldn't have known that sequence happened. You would have just looked at the box score and just be like, oh, okay, like he was just out there, right? But no, if you watch the game, I mean, he was disrupting regularly, right? So again, it's his first game back, or his first game with the team. So obviously, JJ, I get the thinking and logic, but he was so impactful this game that I think you had to play him. But it is very promising and exciting going forward. It is very promising and exciting so far this season, or, the rest of the season. Because I was very impressed with him. Shake Milton, again, I think is a guy that I think is going to be underrated for us, right? I think he's a guy that can really just make an impact for this team. Not in the way of like, oh my gosh, like he's the answer or anything like that, but in a way of like, he's a guy that can hit the open three, initiate the offense. Defensively, he was active, but definitely needs to kind of hone it in a little bit, which, again, I trust JJ to kind of get him reeled in and focused a little better. But overall, felt like a winnable game in a lot of ways. Kind of felt like we kept sticking in it, being with it. But, when you give up they're the best three-point shooting team in the league by like a long way, by a large margin. But, they made 18 threes. Yeah, winning very many games with team hitting 18 threes. Also 54 rebounds to the Lakers 52. So you got out rebound. It's just, look, again, Lakers are not there. Like I said with Dorian Finney-Smith, huge pickup. Lakers are definitely better. I'm really excited to see once he gets out there and gets comfortable, because he was impacting the game in several ways while not even knowing really what to do, where to be slotted. So the fact that he was able to do that without being like, what does he look like once he gets comfortable? But Anthony Davis has to be better. He does. I mean, he got bodied by Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Can't have that happen. He's got to do a better job of just being aggressive. Again, you look at like the basic stat line. Oh, AD had a good game. You look at the basic stat line. He shot 52% from the floor, 50% from three, got 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 28 points. You just look at the box score, you're like, man, what are you talking about? Anthony Davis killed it. But if you actually watch the game, Anthony Davis was getting worked. And that's frustrating. You can't have that happen. Again, it's more to impact in the game than just scoring. Dalton Connect really struggled mightily. Really need to see him kind of find a shot. Be more aggressive. Stop settling. I really liked twice he just took guys off the dribble, got to his spots, operated in the mid-range. 3-point shot isn't falling. That's fine. Lean into the mid-range. But again, I was very impressed with Dorian Finney-Smith. Very impressed with Dorian Finney-Smith. He's going to be a player for us. Again, he alone doesn't make us a contender, but he makes us like he's going to make us good. Look, they swarmed us defensively. You saw guys really have struggles, really have issues. Like I said, I probably would have closed with Dorian Finney-Smith down the stretch, even though it was his first game back. I just think that he would have had more of an impact based on what we saw the rest of the game. But overall, take the loss on the chin, move on to the next one. I wanted to finish strong. I wanted to finish this year with a W and then go into the new year. But we got a very winnable stretch of games. We got a very winnable month. So let's gain some traction. Hopefully we get something done sooner rather than later. But anyway, let's dive into all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions. Again, real quick in closing, and then I'll jump into the chat here, is, we need a point of attack guard. We do, right? I like Max Christie. He's been great, right? This game, he kind of had his struggles. Defensively, he was fine, but just this game, shooting the ball and stuff like that, which is why I think he should be our second, our 2 guard off the bench, right? Like if it's like Shake Milton, Max Christie, Dalton Connect, ideally Walker Kessler, and like Jared Vanderbilt or Christian Wood or whatever, I think the Lakers are in good shape. But starting, you need to get that point of attack, move Reaves to the 2. That's why I've talked about Bruce Brown and Malcolm Brogdon, whomever, right? You need to get that guy at the point. Have Austin Reaves be your 2. He can still do everything that he's doing right now, right? And be more comfortable. And you won't have like what you saw in the first quarter where with the just turnovers because he's getting ball pressure. He can be now your secondary playmaker and be a guy that is still gets to be aggressive and have more games like this. I'm not necessarily saying 35, but just have more games where he's able to go get you, 20 plus a night, stuff like that. But anyway, let's get into all the super chats, all the regular chats. I'm probably going to go for, about 30 more minutes, answering as many questions as I can. And then I got to go get ready for New Year's and stuff. My family's already out. They're going to come back and get me. So got to wrap this up. And also real quick, Happy New Year's, everybody. Seriously, everyone that's here, thank you so much. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Seriously, Happy New Year's, everyone. 2025, it's going to be a great year. I'm really excited. Closing in on 24,000. I'm only 95 subs away from 24,000. So if I know that there's at least a handful of you that aren't subscribed, so please take a quick second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And okay, let's get into the chat. Again, be safe. Uber exists. Don't be foolish. I need to see all you beautiful people in the stream for the next game. But Crippy, coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Rui has to go to the bench. Plus, we have to go to that 2 big lineup. We get killed by teams who do that. 80 isn't capable of playing center anymore. The problem is, like I said, LeBron. I do think at times, like if you were to get a Kessler, you're going to see more 2 big lineups, without a doubt. Look, Rui does have to go to the bench. I've talked about it. They got to trade Rui. It's nothing against Rui. I like Rui as a player. I've talked about it. But he's never going to get to play the 4, which is what he naturally is. People say, yeah, but when LeBron retires, Anthony Davis is probably going to move to the 4 because he doesn't want to be a 5. He wants to be the 4. So the only reason he's playing the 5 is because of LeBron. So if you get rid of LeBron, guess what Anthony Davis is going to say? I want to play the 4, right? So they're going to have to get a center regardless, which is why I like the idea of Walker Kessler. So you have kind of that Kessler and 80 going forward in the post-LeBron era. But Rui's he's your most sizable contract. He's probably your best value contract. Like outside of like Reaves and Connect and stuff like that, obviously. I'm talking about like tradable. And he doesn't fit anymore. And as soon as Jared Vanderbilt comes back, he doesn't fit even more because Jared Vanderbilt makes more sense slotted at the 3 for the defensive purposes. And Cam Reddish is probably going to be limited minute-wise and stuff. I just think, Rui's the guy that's the odd man out. For right now, I expect JJ to probably keep Rui in the starting unit for a handful more games. Let Dorian Finney-Smith kind of get through a couple practices, get kind of acclimated, in the rotation of it. But ultimately, I do think eventually you're going to see Dorian Finney-Smith in that starting unit, and Rui's going to be the guy coming off the bench. Maybe they go with Max Christie, but I just think in the starting unit, you need that guard, that point of attack guard, which right now all we really have is Max Christie, and then you just have Dorian Finney-Smith for the 3 and D. I trust his 3-point shot to come around. I'm not really worried about the first game where he took like 2 threes. Like he'll be all right. He'll be fine. But thank you, Crippy. May coming out $2 super chat. I'm assuming you mean Dorian Finney-Smith is legit. Dorian Finney-Smith plus Vando plus Ball, even injured, equals Rain. Look, I've said if you could get pre-Chicago injury Lonzo Ball, yes, the Lakers would be a contender. Right? He was shooting like 45% from 3, making plays, rebound, defend, athleticism. Yeah, 100%. Like that version of Lonzo would be ridiculous. Can he find a version of that on the Lakers? Problem is just, can he stay healthy? That's the problem. Dorian Finney-Smith is legit. I mean, if you watched that game, he was everywhere. I mean, he had our best plus minus for a reason. Literally, every time they pulled ahead, up double digits, they put Dorian Finney-Smith in the game, and boom, he got us. He helped us get right back in it, disrupting passing lanes, creating turnovers, just everywhere on the basketball. He's the closest thing I've seen to Jared Vanderbilt that we've had, right? Like I was shocked. I mean, he was everywhere. His defensive versatility you saw on full display here. Like I said, he had a sequence where he was on Donovan Mitchell. They created the switch, kicks out. He's on Evan Mobley. They kick out. He goes out to the corner to go close out. The guy throws because he was going to take the shot, but he ends up closing out like immediately. And then so he has to throw the ball over and it led to a turnover, right? There were several sequences like that. He had like 3 or 4 plays where he wasn't directly the guy that got the steal, but he was responsible for the steal, right? Like he put the pressure that created the turnover, or he put the pressure that led to the pass that led to the turnover, like things like that, where that would have been a wide open 3 anyone else, especially Rui on the court. That sequence never happens, right? Like, so yes, Dorian Finney-Smith, for a guy that just came in first game, doesn't even know, like half the time he was slotted out of position, right? Like there were several times where he was like stacked on the weak side, and then like was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be stacked here. So like, what? Because he just got here, right? Like he hasn't even practiced yet. So the fact that he was able to be so impactful and be our best plus minus guy, which there's a lot of stats that go into plus minus, but he was responsible for it, right? It wasn't one of those things where it's like, you see a guy like, Gabe Vincent when he's terrible, and it's like, oh, he's a +5 today. It's like, how did that happen? No, like Dorian Finney-Smith, you were like, yeah. Like if you watched that game, you were like, yeah, I can understand why he was our best plus minus. I was very impressed. Like I said, he was the closest thing that I've seen this Lakers team have to Jared Vanderbilt, even more than Max Christie. Or not Max Christie, Cam Reddish. He was everywhere. The hustle, the energy, crashing the glass, right? Like hustle plays, just being able to get back in transition. Like he had a sequence where like he fell and got right back up and was right in the defensive play, where like Rui would have been like rolling around trying to, and I'm getting up like a turtle on its shell. Coswin coming out $2 super chat. Had AD had another big out there, he'd do better. Possibly. Part of it, I just felt like he wasn't very aggressive. Again, I if you look at the box score numbers say that he was great. If you watch that game, it was just like he was floating at times out there, right? Like, and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley were just out hustling him. Now look, I'm not saying that we couldn't use another big man, absolutely, but they're also a very unique matchup, and it doesn't help when we can't defend the perimeter, and they're just torching us. And now Anthony Davis has to keep coming out and closing out to try to help. And then they're going inside and backdooring us the whole game, right? Like pause. But it's a combination of things. Yes, the Lakers do need another big out there. Is like Valanciunas or something like that. Is he the answer? That I don't know. Like I said, I don't mind him as your backup big. Obviously, again, in a perfect world, Walker Kessler. We'll see how that goes. But time will tell. We'll see. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much for super chats. All right. I'll get into the regular chat until some more trickle in. Cavs make you pay off their mistakes. Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're the best three-point shooting team in the league. Connect played too many minutes. Should have pulled him earlier. I mean, shooting-wise, he was fine out there, active defensively. He's one of our more active guys. It's just the offense isn't there. I think a lot of this is going to change over the next few games, right? Like, JJ kind of stuck with what they've been doing. I think a lot of it changes. Like, Dorian Finney-Smith just basically got D'Lo's minutes, right? Like, that's basically how he played it. He even did the subbing of Dorian Finney-Smith like D'Lo. Like, Dorian Finney-Smith only played 20 minutes. I think he minimum plays 25 to 30 minutes once he actually gets acclimated. So I do think that the rotational change, minute stuff, I think Dalton Connect, you won't have to play as much, right? If he's having a bad night, if he's shooting the lights out, you keep him in. But if he's having a bad night, right, like you can make the adjustment. I don't want to judge too much right now. I am frustrated, don't get me wrong. But I want to be cautious. Like I said, the only thing that really frustrates me, I would have went with Dorian Finney-Smith. I understand, again, he just got there, but he was so impactful this game in so many areas. I think you should have stuck with him. All right. Try to get him a couple more shots, try to get him in some rhythm. right? He's nervous. You see it. Like he looked lost on a few occasions, right? Because he's not familiar. He doesn't know like where he's supposed to be. Am I supposed to switch everything? Am I supposed to, he's learning the defense schemes, the offense schemes. He hasn't been able to practice. Yep, yeah, that is the best team in the league. Facts. JJ, why do you have Rui and Cam in instead of Dorian Finney-Smith? Get Rui off this bonehead decision. Yeah, like I said, I would have went with Dorian Finney-Smith as well. Cavs are very good. Best team in the league for a reason. I've seen enough for Rui on this team for real. Low effort. I don't think it's necessarily low effort. I just think he doesn't have the athleticism, right? Like he doesn't have the thing. Like you see Dorian Finney-Smith and how impactful he was and how he was just like he was everywhere. The guy was just everywhere, but he has the athleticism. He has the lateral movement. He has the quick foot speed, right? He has the things to impact the game when his shot isn't falling, right? He wasn't shooting the lights out, but his first bucket was an Anthony Davis air ball that he just tracked down, got it, and went right back with, right? Like it's those hustle plays, the dirty works, right? It's the thing that we've praised, Max Christie so much for recently, right? Because he's been so good at that, just the hustle plays, keeping guys alive. Now you have that, get Jared Vanderbilt back. This proves that the Lakers are 1 to 2 pieces away from contention. They just went toe-to-toe with the Cavs. Yeah, I mean, I said it even when the Lakers traded for Dorian Finney-Smith. We're still a couple pieces away. We're still another trade, probably 2, depending on what you get back with that singular trade, away from really being in contention. Yeah, they're by a large margin are the best 3-point shooting team by a percentage. So, Reaves had an amazing game. Yes, he was fantastic this game. Just the end of the third, we just gave it away. I like the new guys, but really wanted a win for the new guys in the new year. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I really wanted a win to kind of close out this year. But, Austin Reaves, again, he was fantastic. He cleaned up the turnovers, which I'm glad. He was out. He started that game like, oh, no, here we go. Here's the dump truck game. And he really cleaned it up, to his credit, right? I still, again, prefer we get a actual point of attack guard, Bruce Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, something like that. But I really like allow Austin Reaves to play the 2, be your secondary playmaker. He could still go get you near triple doubles every night, but continue to be aggressive and be that offensive threat. I really like how he's playing right now. He's not settling, which is what I like, right? We've seen a lot last season, earlier this season, him just kind of settle. Now you're seeing him really hunt, and I like that. Right? He's really hunting, and that's great. Wasn't even that bad of a game. Cleveland is just really good from 3, and we are giving them a little too much space. One key takeaway is that Rui looks bad and needs to be traded. Yes. Yeah, this game wasn't that bad. It was a winnable game that we should have won. I hope Lakers see this trade Rui. Lord, he's a liability on both ends. If Rui plays like this, might as well get Kuz some offensive game. Kuz better defensively. Yeah. Rui played like dog water. Yep. Again, unfortunately, he's the odd man out. I said it when we got the Dorian Finney-Smith trade. I made a whole video on AS, the Lakers show. And, go look at that comment section. That entire comment section is everyone calling me an idiot, telling me how, you can't trade Rui. Rui is a forever Laker and all that stuff. Again, I like Rui too. You got to trade Rui. Zion, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Not too mad at the L. I was impressed by Shake. Yes. Look, you can never really be happy about a loss, but they were in the thick of it. It did feel like this was a very winnable game. Unfortunately, the Lakers just, they didn't do what they needed to do down the stretch. Look, Shake Milton, he's the guy that I said, even when we made the trade, I was like, Dorian Finney-Smith, he's the guy. He's going to get all the attention, rightfully so, right? He's the guy we need desperately. And you saw why, and you saw the impact that he can have, and why I'm so happy that we got him. But Shake Milton was the guy that I said I really do believe could be a sneaky signing. He's the guy that I think is going to go under the radar, and I think is going to impress some people. Again, I don't think he's going to be a 15 to 20 point a game guy or anything crazy like that. But what you saw today, knock down, three threes, play some defense, right? Grab some rebounds, initiate the offense, disrupt some passing lanes because he's got that like ridiculous wingspan. Like even his shot is like he like has to like pull it back, right? Like it's almost like a catapult, right? Like he's like, and then like the recoil. But he's a guy that I really do think is going to be a rotation piece. Obviously, it depends on other trades and stuff like that that we make. Defensively, he's got to be a little better. I thought he was good hustle, energy, effort, but we need him to be a little bit better on the defensive side. Again, it's the first game, so I'll be patient. But yes, I was very impressed with Shake. Guy, 39% from three, shot 50% this game. And one of those threes was like a bailout that he just had to like shot chuck. One of them was like the heat check at the top of the key, and he ended up airballing it. But the other miss was a bailout that he just kind of like threw up. So I can't really knock him on that. But thank you so much for super chat. Rui's the odd man out. If you can't play defense, there's no reason to even play in the starting lineup. Yes, again, he is the odd man out. This is why we need Kessler. Yes, I would love to go get Kessler. Let's see, some big part of our future. Yeah, making plays on both sides. Yeah, he's the hustle, energy, dirty work, do everything type of guy. I really like what we see from him. Goat Reaves, yeah, Reaves was fantastic this game. He's stringing together some really great games. I like to see it. Yeah, we hunt tough with him once we get more chemistry with the new piece. We're good. Yeah, definitely still need some more trades. We're still not a contender, but I think we're in the thick of it. Not yet. We'll get there. I like what I seen in this loss. We a piece away and we fought hard. I'll go get Kessler, Robbie FX. Reaves is third piece. We need Kessler and Bruce Brown. This is amazing to see. Elite Reaves is taking 80, looked soft, and Rui just couldn't even get a lip. Yeah, again, I like what Reaves is doing because he's just been more aggressive. You've seen so many games where he's just shot chucking and just like, how many times have we seen him be like 1 of 7 from three? It's just like, dude, right? This game, he struggled shooting the three ball. He was 1 of 4 from three, but he was 1 of 4 from three. We've seen games where he'll get 20 attempts and he's taking 7 or 8 threes. He hasn't been doing that lately. I mean, when he's hitting, like you saw the other night, he was what, like 3 of 4, 3 of 5, something like that. When they're knocking down, take them, right? Or if you're just like wide open, right, take it, right? Like he had that one where he was just wide open, and that was the one he knocked down. But outside of that, keep being aggressive, keep hunting, keep. I like the way Austin Reaves has been playing lately. I do. I really like it. If we can just get that point of attack guy, move Austin Reaves to the 2, let him continue to be aggressive, go get that initiator, 3-and-D style point guard with Dorian Finney-Smith. Like, again, if you have a Bruce Brown, a Malcolm Brogdon, something like that, with an Austin Reaves, a Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, this team's going to be a very good basketball team. Very good basketball team. Murdoch coming out with $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really appreciate that. Also, this is first super chat for the stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. They didn't play Dorian Finney-Smith enough. I agree. Lost by 12, man. Not 40. A couple trades away from being a very good team. Let's go Lakers. Yeah, I understand why he didn't play so much. Yeah, he's kind of slotted out at times. He was a little lost because it's understandable. He just got here, right? Like, I mean, the same thing with Shake Milton. It's like he didn't really know where to be. Also, Dorian Finney-Smith wasn't as aggressive as we've seen him in like Dallas and Brooklyn. That'll come. However, the one kind of knock on this game, in my opinion, that like if I was talking to JJ, I'd be like, JJ, you know what you should have done? He should have closed with Dorian Finney-Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith he was so impactful this game, outside of obviously the shooting. He struggled shooting the basketball, but just doing all the dirty work, hustling, keeping balls alive, crashing the glass, right? Like all of these things are very, very good. And I expect him to kind of continue to be that piece for us. Again, you look at his stat line, you're like, he gave you, he was 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, right? He wasn't that great. Well, how was he a +7? If you watch the game, it was very clear why he was a +7, right? But yeah, again, we're one significant trade or like two kind of mid trades away from being a contender, to be in that conversation. We're not far. Go get, like I said, a Bruce Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, something like that. Go get ideally Walker Kessler. If it has to be Valanciunas, it has to be Valanciunas. And let's go, right? Let's go try to compete, try to contend. But all right, I'm gonna go for about 10 more minutes, and then I gotta skate on out of here, because I gotta go to a New Year's thing. So let's power through these. This is a game that showed we need a big off the bench. Ja killed Jared Allen, killed us every time AD had to try and help stop penetrating. Yeah, this is a great example. Walker Kessler might have been the difference in this game. Guys, I don't care how good they are. This game is a reason why AD needs a big man. Now we might be down to the ACDA, which is the problem. Like this, it's so tight, man. It's so tight. And it would have been nice to get this win because we would have had like a full lead on like the Clippers and some of these other teams. Let's see. We got two bigs. One boxes out, the other getting rebounds. I say we get another big. That's a tall task to outwork two bigs. Let's be for real, switching defensively and offensively between both. So I have talked about, like, do you just, if you're the Lakers, do you just make the push and go get a Vucevic, right? And go like Reaves, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron, AD, and Vucevic. I'd still would probably try to go get a Bruce Brown, right? Because the Lakers have enough to go get it. Now go get a Vu, get a Bruce Brown, right? Have Brown kind of be that guy off the bench. But yeah, something like that. Just kind of a thought. Yeah, he got absolutely bullied. 80 let Allen go for 27-14 and only missed 2 shots. Yeah. Again, he got body. That's what it was. He got absolutely body. Now we need a Fox or Levine. I'm sick of getting these role players. We need that offensive threat to open the floor up. Yeah, look, you're preaching to the choir, my guy. Like, I still want to go get Fox or Levine. This game proves we need Kessler, and we are set. I'd still want another perimeter guy, but yes, Kessler would be a huge step in the right direction. Emily, that's right. Take a quick second, everyone. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm closing in on 24,000. What am I at exactly? I'm at 23,906. So hit that subscribe button. There's 164 of you in this stream, so please take a quick second. Fortunately, I'm probably not going to hit that today, but it'd be nice if I could hit it like tomorrow. By tomorrow, start the new year at 24,000 subs. Which, thank you, by the way, seriously. Let's see, trade Rui. Like I said, I think he got to. 3-point shooting killed us. Shooting sub 30% won't win you games. Yes. Guys got to hit shots. Like I said, I mean, the new guy, Shake Milton, had like a quarter of the threes we made. Right? We made what were we? We were 9 of 35 from 3-point range, and Shake had 2 of them. Right? LeBron had 3. Davis had 2. Right? Like, not winning many games that way. Rui and AD lost this game. Yeah, Reaves was getting cooked though. I mean, Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, he was getting cooked. But that's why I want a 3-and-D away, right? Or not 3-and-D away, a guard, right? Go get a Bruce Brown or something. Because now you can put Bruce Brown on Donovan Mitchell. You could have Dorian Finney-Smith defend Darius Garland, and then Austin Reaves could chase around Strus, and you're fine, right? It would have been a much better matchup. Did you not watch the game? You should watch the games. Dorian Finney-Smith was excellent. Let's see. Then use the first for Kessler. Trade Reaves for Levine in a pick swap. And then trade for Kessler. Not against it. Trade Rui. Yes, you got to trade Rui. Rui's the next go. He doesn't fit. He's the odd man out, and that's not going to change. Allen dominated the paint. Yes. Reaves balled out, but he gave up so much. We've been said this, and yes, Rui got to go, man. It's his time, sadly. Yes. I like Rui a ton. He's the odd man out. He's the odd man out. Get another center, please. 80 soft, and back to power forward. The problem is LeBron playing full time three. I don't see them starting a center unless maybe it's like a Vu or something like that. But I could see in spots, right? Go get Levine and Kessler. Yes, I am right there with you. Um, uh, JJ running small ball five, never sub center. Yeah, I mean, don't really have any. um, Rui was terrible. Trade Rui and Vando before Gabe. I'm so for real. I would wait on Vando. Gabe and Rui, I would trade. Because Gabe, I just think is you can replace him, especially if you get that like Bruce Brown or something like that. You could scatter his minutes. Go bring in a Dennis Smith Jr. or Markel Fultz or Alfred Payton. Alfred Payton was really good for the Pelicans. I just do something like that. Vando, I'm not saying you don't trade Vando. I'm not against trading Vando at all. But the problem is you're not going to get value for him right now. Like no team is going to line up to take Jared Vanderbilt. Maybe you get a team that's like, we want to be really bad, so we'll take Vando and just let him sit the rest of the season. Like, hey, Vando, just take the rest of the year off, and then we'll come back next season and see what you can do. But I just think at this point you got to wait for Vando and see what he can give you, see what he can provide. Again, I'm not saying you don't trade him. If the right deal's there, you trade him. But especially now that you got Dorian Finney-Smith. But I just think you gotta at least wait with him. We need a center. Yeah, trade Rui. And when James decides to take days off, who's going to replace him? Dorian Finney-Smith. If you get a center, Anthony Davis can slide in and play the four. You'd still have Jared Vanderbilt when he's healthy, Christian Wood when he's healthy, which both guys are supposed to come back soon. You could even go small and have Dalton Connect play the four. Like he's 6'7", right? Like you're fine. You have like 6 guys you could play at the power forward spot. Yeah, Rui was terrible. Let's see. Austin Reed, AR 15 with 35 points and almost triple double. Do you still want to trade AR? Again, if the right deal is there. So are you telling me if right now you go get De'Aaron Fox, you wouldn't trade Austin Reeves? Stop it. Right? Again, I've always maintained you don't trade Austin Reeves for a bag of chips. I've never go find me the film where I say trade Austin Reeves for a bag of chips. The only thing that I've said close to that is like if you got a Zach LaVine, I wouldn't hate trading Austin Reeves for a better fit because once you get Zach LaVine, you don't need that. But stop. Talk about it's always a person who's like, oh, goofy, that says something dumb. Happy New Year to you, though. Kessler will stop Allen. We need a two-way guard still, and then backup center. Yes. Let's see. We gave the Cavs a run for their money. That's all you could ask for. Right, third score isn't helping. Let Massoff just go for Kessler and or Richards. Problem is Richards even available? Bro, you have so many toxic fans here. I mean, it's all sports. Go to any teams chat and you'll see it. You get a nice mix, but we also got a lot of great fans in here. So, you got to take the good with the bad. It comes with the territory, unfortunately. Like that one dude a minute ago. Sorry, AD can't play well against any center in the league. I mean, he has all the time. I mean, the playoffs, he outplayed Jokic. But yes, it would be nice to get some help. Do we have to trade Rui for center? Rui has to be Vando because he hurt, and that's not Rui's position. Yes. Dorian Finney-Smith didn't get the attempts. They got to find him more. Agreed. I'm right there with you. Which I think they will. He'll get acclimated and we'll be fine. Once again, AD getting dominated by a top 10 center on both sides. No role players. Rui Max non-existent. Yep. Let's see. Sexton and Kessler ain't winning against the Cavs in Boston. Allen 27 and 12, and screen and 3 happens how many times? I mean, Like if a Bruce Brown and Walker Kessler, I think would help because Bruce Brown would have been able to help defend out on the perimeter, and Walker Kessler would have been able to protect the rim better, help rebound better, and keep Jared Allen off the glass. Of course, anytime Austin Reaves has a good game, but then when Austin Reaves bad game, none of them will be here, which is funny. They only show up when he's good, but if he has 3 straight bad games, you won't hear from them at all. Dorian Finney-Smith didn't show up in the box score, but holy cow, he's good. He needs to play over Rui. I'll take this out. Yeah, 100%. I said it earlier. Waj, I don't know if you were here. If you just look at the box score, you're like, oh, Dorian Finney-Smith, terrible. If you watched this game, he was fantastic. Like he did everything you could want except for knock down the 2 threes that he took, right? Like outside of that, everything. He was creating turnovers, being aggressive, being active. Like the guy did everything. So I loved what we saw there. All right, I'm going to do a handful of more comments. Obviously, super chats take priority, but outside of that, I'm just going to go in order, grab a handful of comments, and then I'm going to skate on out of here because I got to go start getting ready and stuff like that. All right. Rui has to get traded immediately. He can't keep starting him. Yes, agreed. Loss isn't on. AR was fantastic this game. Again, when AR is good, I praise him. When AR is bad, I criticize him. I criticized Anthony Davis this game. I literally started the stream by criticizing Anthony Davis. Again, no one's above criticism. I've criticized LeBron when he's terrible. I've criticized Anthony Davis when he's terrible. And if you look at the stats, Anthony Davis looked like he had a great game. But if you watch the game, he was bad, right? Again, no one's above criticism. It's so fun. Like, it's funny that I could criticize anyone else on this team except for Austin Reaves. It's so crazy that I could criticize LeBron, and even LeBron stands are like, yeah, you're right about that one. But as soon as I say like one negative thing about Austin Reaves, all the Austin Reaves stands are like, well, yeah, you can't talk about him. Like, it's like so silly. It's so silly to me. When Austin Reaves is great like this, he gets praised. I praised him, right? I even credit him for cleaning up the turnovers that he started the game with, right? When he's good, he gets praised. When he's trash, he's going to get trashed, right? Like, that's how it works. Kenny Atkinson has reformed this team. Shows you what good coaching can do. Honestly, shows you what good coaching can do. Which is why I don't know why the Nets fired him. Although the Nets actually have a good coach now, but still, he should have stuck around. Let's see. Rui, Gabe, Jalen Richfino, Vandal Wood, and a first for Zach. They got free agents you can add yet. I am not against. I'm still on the Zach LaVine wagon. Trust me. 80 got outscored by Allen. Didn't Anthony Davis have more points? Anthony Davis had 28 and 13, and then Jared Allen had 27 and 14. So they're pretty similar, but that's the point, right? Like they shouldn't be similar at all. Let's see, 5 more years of this. He said 5, maybe 7, right? So he might have 7 more years of this. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something on me. At this point, we need Sexton and Kessler. Again, I'm not super high on Sexton. I don't mind Sexton. I wouldn't mind it if you can get Kessler in particular. I worry about Sexton's defense and commitment to the defensive side of things, but yes, Sexton I do think would help a lot. Cavs are deep and they relocate so quick. Yes, 100%. And they just move the basketball. They spread you out. I mean, they are a very good basketball team. It's going to be tough to see somebody beat them. All right, let's do like 2 more. Dorian Finney-Smith is a way better fit than Rui and Vando. Yes, agreed. He's essentially Rui and Vando combined. So, yes. This game was so winnable, but we just got to move on. Yes, agreed 100%. Bring in Kessler 2025. That's the campaign, right? Let's do it. Let's see. Tyler, my man, you can beg for forgiveness from the GOAT Reaves now. Let's see. This is proof. This is proof Lakers need another star. One, because LeBron needs support, and two, AD just can't be reliable on the offensive. I mean, the offensive end is where he was great this game. He gave you 28. While in pressure moments, he's not the offensive anchor. But I still do agree that it would be nice to get that other guy. All right, let's do like two more here. This is why Rui should not be starting. Put Dorian Finney-Smith starting lineup because he's better defender than Rui. Yes, I agree. I think it's coming. I don't think it'll be very long. And Bluckup, Happy New Year's, bad game, LOL. Yes, Happy New Year's. And yes, not the best game. It was rough. It was unfortunate. But, what do? You move on, you take your L, you move on, and go for the next one. But anyway, I'm going to skate on out of here, everyone, so I can go get ready and do everything so I can get out. Like I said, my family's already there. My girl's going to come back and pick me up. So I was able to do this live stream and stuff with everybody. On the way out, take a quick second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me. I really do appreciate it. Please, everybody, have a happy, safe New Year's. Thank you all so very much, seriously, for this last year. I always say I'm very thankful, very appreciative of the position I'm in. Right, I'm closing in on 24,000, which you could be a part of. Hit that subscribe button. I am 94 away from 24,000, but I'm very appreciative for this year. Just another year of growth, continued growth, and then move into 2025 and continue to grow, continue to develop, continue to be better, continue to improve and make content and have a wonderful year. So I just want to take a moment and thank you guys, seriously, everyone that's here, everybody that's watching this on the replay, that wasn't able to make the stream, even people that just comment, even the trolls and the haters. I am very thankful because you're doing something right, for one, if you got them, and two, the fact that anyone's willing to take their time, even to call me an idiot, is I'm very appreciative of. So Happy New Year's, everyone. Please be safe. Like I mentioned at the beginning, Uber exists, so does Lyft, and these other things. Don't need to drink and drive. Don't be silly. I need to see all of you and all your beautiful faces in the next stream. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate you guys. Seriously, you guys are awesome. And I will see you for the next game, the first game of